Review Sheet D, Question 2. According to a firm's internal survey, of those employees living more than 2 miles from work, 90% travel to work by car. Of the remaining employees, only 50% travel to work by car. It is known that 75% of the employees live more than 2 miles away from work. Now, the easiest way to do this type of question is a tree diagram. We're going to split it into employees that live more than 2 miles from work and those that live less than 2 miles or not more than 2 miles. And we are told that 75% of the employees live more than 2 miles. So that would be 0.75, which would make not more than 2 miles 0.25. Then we'll do those that travel to work by car and those that don't travel to work by car. Those that travel to work by car and those that don't travel to work by car. Then we go back to the probability that 90% of employees that live more than 2 miles from work will travel by car. So that is 0.9, and those that won't travel by car, 0.1. Then we've got 50% of those that don't live more than 2 miles will travel to work by car. So that will be 0.5 and 0.5. Working along my branches, I can work out the probability of being more than 2 miles from work and travelling by car, 0.75 multiplied by 0.9, which is 0.675. More than 2 miles and not travelling by car, 0.75 multiplied by 0.1, which is 0.075. Then not more than 2 miles and travelling by car, 0.25 multiplied by 0.5, which is 0.125. And not more than 2 miles and not by car is again 0.25 multiplied by 0.5, which is again 0.125. We're then asked for the overall proportion of employees who travel to work by car. So we've got travelling by car there, travelling by car there. So that is going to be our 0.675. Those that are more than 2 miles away and travel by car, and then add the probability of not more than 2 miles and travel by car, 0.125, giving an overall probability of 0.8 of the probability of travelling to work by car. We're now asked for the probability that an employee who travels to work by car lives more than 2 miles away. So the probability of travelling to work by car is 0.8. That's what our probability is going to be out of. And we're only wanting the employees that travel to work by car and live more than 2 miles away. So that's this one here. So that's 0.675. So that will go on the top. What we want divided by what it's out of, giving an overall probability of 0.844.